So uh, I'm sure you're a teacher Muhammad Yeasir. Would you like to introduce our viewers what you're doing and how did you end up in teaching?
Okay. Well, hello, dear viewers. Assalamu alaikum. I'm really happy to get all of you here. About 100 people are watching us. Well, my full name is Muhammad Yeasir, and my nickname is Yasir. I'm a teacher and a learner, and I'm the founder of TESOL Bangladesh. I especially love to teach English pronunciation. All skills, in fact. And I graduated from the University of Dhaka. I did my BBA and MBA from that university. After that, I joined a university as a lecturer. And then I worked there for 2 years and I changed that university and I worked with another university for 1 year. Then I thought that I need to be an entrepreneur. We call it edupreneur. Edupreneur meaning the combination of education and entrepreneur. So here I am. I always love to teach, love to learn new things, love to meet new people. And this is really, my hobbies, you can say. And why I'm a teacher? I don't know, accidentally maybe, but I love to teach. I love to be with the young students, with the hungry students who are really, really happy to learn new things because communication skill is really important thing in this 21st century. Well, over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay, we'd like to know a little bit about the projects you have done for many organizations. As you said, you are a university teacher, you did your degree from Bangladesh, and I know that you have got also CELTA. So could you please just tell us those degrees and why? I've seen very often in different, you know, posts from Facebook that in not only in Bangladesh, in many countries, people want to be an English teacher. So my question would be, do you think that we need proper education and experience before you like to teach someone else?
Well, in our country, there is a system. This is a very nice point to be noted. In our country, anybody can be a teacher anytime. That's really destructive. That's really not good, I must say. Well, I didn't choose to do that. When I completed my BBA and MBA, the idea came to my mind. I would be a teacher. I would be a future language teacher. I thought that it's really not good if I don't learn it from the root level. So I again did my master's degree, the second master's degree in English language teaching, ELT. Then I was tempted for TESOL. Well, so I did that from India, from in TESOL, UK. And again, I did my CELTA from the University of Cambridge. Well, why I did that? I'm always really hungry to know new things. And I always think that if I get a good mentor from home and abroad, and if I can learn a new line, that would be enough for me. Well, degrees are not okay all the time, but this is really a necessary evil. I mean, you need degrees. You need to prove that you are certified to teach your students because research findings are there. I cannot do anything just by myself or just by my whim, following the whim. I should follow the strategies devised by the linguists all over the world. So I always try to learn new things. And yeah, every teacher should be very hungry in terms of getting new knowledge and mastering new things.
Thank you very much. So education is mandatory and obviously proper education that will shape up a person to teach the accurate things to its students. So how long, I mean, just how many years involved in this teaching profession?
Well, that's a nice question. When I came to Dhaka in 1994, uh, for your information, I'm a son of a farmer, and I secured board exam marks, and I was awarded by the Prime Minister. I stood first in my MBA in my university. But teaching in a traditional sector like a university or a school or a college didn't attract me. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. So from my university first year, I have involved in teaching. It continues. Maybe it will continue till my death. So it's about 20 years, you can say. That's a long time, 2 decades.
Okay. So, as you've been teaching for a while, especially a country like Bangladesh, and I'm sure you have seen the different problems of our students. What do you think where we are lacking of these teaching techniques? And because I've seen many, when because I'm also a recruiter from the UK, very often I ask for CVs, even people who graduated, who has got PhD degree, they don't know how to write a CV, you know. So what do you think? What are the problems or the drawbacks in our country so that they can learn and develop this kind of essential soft skills?
Very nice question. I really appreciate these kind of questions. You are a mentor and you are very famous, I know. People love your class. I observe sometimes you coach different students from different countries of the world. And the problems our learners, English, who learn English as second language, I mean the ESL learners, they especially face fluency problem, pronunciation problem, because they have the MTI, mother tongue influence. We have got different local accents. For example, the old town of Dhaka city, they'll say char instead of star. The people of Borishal, they cannot pronounce ch and j sound properly. They say uh, Benz and Briz, and they cannot connect the consonant clusters. If you want to say hi, they say therai. I mean, they cannot cluster the consonants, they cannot cluster them. So this is another problem. And there's some myths, uh, Mr. Rahat Ali. There are some myths in teaching and learning. The learners that believe they're easily gullible, I mean, they believe everything what the teachers say. They don't test, they don't compare, so they are mostly deceived. And as you said earlier, the teachers of our country are not properly trained. They don't have degrees, and there is no monitoring team or, well, cell in the country that who can be language teachers. So our learners, they are really sweet learners. They have got dream to learn, but they have got some myths as well. They believe, well, if I know grammar, everything is fine. I can learn English. But grammar is one of the branches of language. Some people say, okay, if you know Bangla meaning, everything is okay. There's another branch only, comprehension, but that's not okay. Some people say, if you want to learn English, you need to translate. Well, that's also not true. So actually all centers, the teachers, most of the teachers, they deal with only one branch of the whole language tree, not the whole language tree, just one branch. So that's the problem. And you will find, maybe one day you talked about it, if you go to Nilketh or any other bookshop, you'll find some spoken English book written in Bangla. I don't know why. And in the speaking ability, this is an output skill, and they don't have an input skill there. I mean, the spoken English, no listening. The teachers, they want to teach writing, but no reading is there. So this unscientific way, the students believe the unscientific way, the teachers believe the unscientific way. And the result is very, very destructive, devastating. It's a really ridiculous, it's really saddening if the result is very big, zero.
Thank you very much. So, what I understood from your explanation that our you know, teaching techniques are need to be reformed, right? And what would be your advice or instruction in that case? Say if a government authority today contacts you, okay, Mr. Yasir, you have been appointed the education minister and you have to focus on the teaching sector. What would be your suggestion or reformations?
Super dreaming question. Well, I will tell, well, let me give an analogy. Have you ever seen any coach, like a football coach or cricket coach? Have you ever seen them playing in the field? No, the players play. So my suggestion would be, let's devise it, or let's transform it from the traditional teaching technique to the modern one. We call it the TBL, task-based learning, or ABL, activity-based learning. And from computer-assisted learning to artificial intelligence assisted learning, we call it AIO. I mean, AI and then O, AIO. So the teachers need to be trained first. The teacher communication skill is really faulty. The teachers always take most of the time in the class, almost 90%. They always try to give a lecture and they want to show that you see how beautifully I can communicate. And the learners, they become passive things like furniture. They don't talk, they don't express their emotion. No sound comes from the classroom. So this is the problem, very traditional way. And I must say the system should be redesigned, definitely, or we have to pay for that. The teachers must be trained by the good trainers. And we have got some trainers, so-called trainers, they need to be trained as well.
Thank you very much. So there are many viewers watching. We're going to take some of the questions randomly. However, let's focus on, because there are some more things I need to ask you and I need to let our audience know. Because it's very common problem for our Asian learners that we all like to speak. They said, oh, we like to speak like a native. We like to develop our grammar. We like to develop our listening. And we like to have good communication skills. But when the time comes for the, say, simple interview or presentation, they're always lacking, maybe lacking of grammar, or maybe lacking of listening, or maybe lacking of confidence. What would be your advice in that case? When we start learning English as a second language, which part or which feature of English we should learn first?
Hmm. Well, actually, let me handle the question. I mean, part of the question, confidence. Confidence comes from knowledge. If I don't have knowledge, I cannot be confident. And yeah, the second part, I mean, which part we should learn first? Well, there is a linguistic research, and that says it's called the NO, natural order. Natural order meaning the skills are chronological. At first, the learners have to learn the listening skill, not any other skill, just listening. So when they'll be proficient in listening, they'll go for speaking because listening works as an input skill. And then the learners can one word, two-word phrase, then a clause, a sentence, small sentences they can produce. And after that, they'll go for reading and lastly writing. But what happens in our country? Students, they start learning English from writing, just the opposite of natural order. So that's a mistake, I must say. So this chronology must be followed: listening, speaking, reading, and writing.
Thank you very much. So, as you know, when we learned our mother tongue, yeah, definitely listen to our parents. And
Yeah.
I've seen from different commercial advertisements, many teachers, even native teachers, they say that, oh, I can teach you in 7 days, I can teach you in 30 days. I've seen it recently, few advertisements from some American teachers where I made comments, how can you teach someone else within 30 days? Because even a native child who is born, it takes 4 to 5 years to speak out father or mother. So what do you think? This commercial advertisements, because you are also a teacher, and I'm sure your techniques are amazing. And we're coming to your techniques later. So if you just please focus a little bit, what are the main barriers in that case for learning and growing?
Well, actually, if I don't have the capacity, the things I have, I will advertise that. So the teacher, the centers, language centers are doing the same thing. I mean, they don't know, actually, they are not properly trained, they don't have degrees, and they believe what they believe, which is not scientific. So, nothing to do. Only government can take actions that all should not teach English. You have to be certified, you have to have proof. So, there is no monitoring body. This is a problem. So, and the learners, they are not, our language market is not aware. I mean, they believe what they see. If they find one video has got millions of views, they think this is quality. That's not quality. So I think slowly when the young generation will come into teaching, scenario will change, I think. Because the young people, they learn nice English. And when the sort of elderly people will retire, then I think we will be able to see a change. One question Bhaiya, someone has asked that
Please. Yeah,
what would
sure.
be our goal, Mr. Fazlur Rahman, maybe he's from Bangladesh, between to speak like a native speaker or to speak clearly or confidently? Well, এই কোয়েশ্চেনটার উত্তর আপনার কাছ থেকে আমরা চাইবো। So let me answer to this question first. Well, Mr. Fazlur Rahman, well, you will learn definitely how to speak English clearly and confidently. But if your pronunciation is not good, you cannot earn well, believe it or not. And there are some English teachers who are deadly against learning good pronunciation. Let's forget about accent. I'm not interested in accent, but accent, every person has got accent. You don't need to be a British, you don't need to be an American, but you need to be clear. We call it neutral accent. Neither British nor American, because even two British do not speak the same. Two Americans don't speak the same. You have your own accent, but you should not speak this way. What are you doing? It is very important to understand the problem. How are you, sir? This will give you very less income, brothers and sisters. So whenever you learn English, learn good accent, or you can say the accepted accent, the BBC or CNN accent, you can say. Clear, comprehensible English, which is really understandable and well pronounced. Yeah, so this type of English is fine, but don't like Indian English or Bangladeshi English. Okay, I mean, if you really want to earn from this sector, Indian English is fine. I studied there, and they speak so nicely, but their accent, they've got a different accent. So I will not learn Indian English. I'll not learn Bangladeshi English. I'll not learn UK or US English. Rather, I will learn my accent. I'll apply my accent, but I'll be clear, comprehensible. But your mother tongue has got a problem. This is really a criminal. If you say, oh, well, it is very important to understand the problem. If you try to misunderstand me, that will be really disastrous. You cannot be a good presenter this way. This is not English, I must say, because the mother tongue has got huge impact here. You are not speaking English. Similarly, a British when speaks Bangla to make it correct. আমি তোমার সাথে একটু কথা বলতে চাই. So do you call it Bangla? It's not Bangla. So let's learn that English which will give you money. Simple.
Thank you very much. Okay, that's really a cool example with explanation. And if I come back to that question as you have asked me to answer it, uh, because we are learning a language, sometimes we are even worried about our own mother tongue because we have got similar words. If we are worried our own mother tongue's presentation correctly, we have to do the same emphasis for a foreign language. which is why, as a teacher Yasir has explained, we need to have the correct, I wouldn't say accent, the pronunciation. Each and every person has got their own accent. The pronunciation which is acceptable, neutral, and free from the impact of mother tongue. Let me give you an example. I've been taught my phonetics by white English teacher. His name is John Brown. I've invited him next month to be a guest speaker like you. He said to me on the very first day, even if you speak the best British accent, Rahat Ali, nobody's going to say you are a native speaker because you're not born here, number one. You're not white, number two. And number three, they can say you are the very, you have got very best, English speaking style. Okay. So that is the point you need to understand. When we are learning English as a second language, our goal would be to have good skill so that everyone can understand. And also, he pointed out most of the cases we don't understand what is the meaning of fluency. Some people will speak so faster, some people will be speaking slowly, and also, as you have given some example, they stress in each and every word. English language is not like that. It has got a specific place where to stress it and where to ignore it, you know. And he mentioned one thing which most of the cases non-natives do not follow: the techniques of connected speech. So when I'll be inviting him, he will obviously explain what do you mean by connected speech and how it can be improved. Thank you very much for responding to that question. So, dear viewers, if you've got any question to our amazing teacher Muhammad Yeasir, I'm sure you might know him already. We're coming to his organization, TESOL Bangladesh. So, teacher Yeasir, you have taught many people, including the Prime Minister's team. Would you like to give us some examples how you help them learn and develop their skills, please?
Yeah, that's a good memory, I must say. Well, we are hugely involved with Bangladesh government, with the law enforcing agencies. We train the army cadets, medical cadets, and army and police run organization, especially educational organizations. I train teachers. I love to train teachers uh, through AQI, Ministry of ICT, through the Prime Minister's office. And it's really lovely because uh, when I will die, I need to leave something behind so that I can be remembered. When I'm dead, I'll be remembered. Nobody will cry for me. That's not my purpose of my life. So when I train our beloved teachers who are building the nation, when I teach the law enforcing agencies, the magistrates, BCS cadres, I really feel great deep down. And it's a blessing from Allah, I must say, because this is really prestigious and this is really serving our motherland, Bangladesh. And I always try to be super motivating, super helpful, just like one of the learning partners. I don't show that I'm your coach. I try to be friendly and they accept me nicely. So I'm really happy to be a teacher, I must say. And I love to train the kids because they are super complex learning machines. And whatever you give them as input, they'll give you perfect output. So this is really nice. I'm really happy as a teacher.
Thank you very much. So, dear viewers, if you like to get admission to our teacher Yasir's organization, is there any way you can share a link so that they can contact you for the admission, for the grammar, for the speaking, pronunciation, and development of communication skill?
So I'm giving my contact number in the comment section. And thank you, Mr. Rahat Ali. You are a super teacher and you are very popular in foreign students. Maybe Bangladeshi teachers and teaching communities, they don't know about you. And then you need to be exposed in the country as well. And that's what I'll try to do. And yeah, we will work together. And thank you. Thanks a billion, thanks a zillion, trillion, quintillion for inviting me to this session. And such English, I must say, this is a nice platform. A huge number of learners are involved here. I would like to meet the owner, I mean, the founder one day. And Mr. Rahat Ali has taken this initiative to advance this platform, Search English, well ahead. So we together definitely will work, and inshallah, and our Bangladesh will progress one step, two step ahead in the near future. Thanks for watching our live. May Allah bless you, Mr. Rahatali, and please pray for me. And I have got deep down prayer for you, the dear viewers.
Thank you very much. We've got a few more minutes. Is it okay to continue, Teacher Yasir?
Would you like to continue?
Yes, I was saying if you
Oh,
can
okay.
continue a little bit more, that would be better because I've got some more questions. Sorry, dear viewers, if
Okay,
you're
sure.
watching from Bangladesh or India or Pakistan or wherever, if you've got any specific question to our teacher, Yassi, it's high time to write in the comment section. And he's going to share his link for the Bangladeshi students, how you can contact and get admitted in his organization. So your office is based in the capital city, Dhaka, Bangladesh, right? Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's in Science Laboratory. I'm sharing the page in the comment section of this live, and and my contact number there also. So I'd like to request everybody to be connected, and Search English will do something great in the near future. Very soon, I hopefully, I think, I mean, as Mr. Hatali said, and actually, do you know what? I do not find any organization a competitive one, or you can say there are competitors. Rather, I think every organization is serving the motherland. And we need at least 200 English centers like this, not one, two, three. But the problem, actually, we do not have quality English language centers. That's the problem.
Uh,
I have a very question. What is your suggestion to the Bangladeshi learners of English?
you have highlighted most of the points. I believe that a teacher must be well educated, well trained, and ample experience before they are allowed to teach. Because if you're teaching something incorrect or something substandard, obviously it is going to affect and have a negative impact on your students. As every child is a future nation's part, and if they learn something wrong now, it will be definitely have a bad impact in the future. And also, a teacher should be well interactive, friendly, and problem resolving capacities. But there are also limitations. As a teacher, I've noticed sometimes we don't know all the answers. Okay, even though we don't know something, but obviously we do have the intention to learn it in the future to resolve the problems. Okay, and as I said, so it's better to get a good training before a person is appointed as a teacher. Okay, there is one question, teacher Yasir. How can we improve communication skills from Bilal Khan?
Yeah, this is a nice question, and dear viewers, please ask question, and we will share our experience, how we learned, yeah, how we can develop our communication skill. Well, one brother, Mr. Fazlur Rahman, has written a very big comment. It is that. So I'm a self-learner, and I watch both of your videos. I'm happy to see you live actually. I'm happy to see you live on it. এর আগে on বসাতে হয় না. Sir, can you elaborate a little bit what is the work of a language, especially English, and how much knowledge should we have in second language? Well, this is a bit, well, what should I say? It's a complex question. You cannot measure your knowledge of a language. Even if you would ask this question to Shakespeare, he would probably say, I don't know much English. No one is perfect. You cannot you cannot get the ending point of your learning journey. You can just start. You'll never be able to finish it. There is no finishing line. But you need to advance scientifically, and you need to be well ahead than others. Why? Or you'll not survive. Well, you cannot be a common teacher. Like, if all teachers are like this, I mean, they follow the traditional way. If all teachers follow the traditional way, I mean, grammar translation method, or it's a one-way topic. I mean, if you just teach, well, let me give a good example for this. Uh, who pay money? The students, because they want to learn English. Now, in our country, in Bangladesh, or in the subcontinent, what we see, the teachers play a major role in the classroom. I mean, they talk, they control, they take most of the time, and they do everything. But they shouldn't do it. The students, they should do everything. In CELTA, we have got two terminologies. One is called, one is called, one is called ICQs. ICQs meaning instruction checking question, and CCQs are concept checking question. So this type of terminology is devised by University of Cambridge must be in action. So, well, actually, there is no ending point. Every time you learn different things from different people. And if you missed, if you meet Mr. Rahat Ali in person or online, you can learn many things. And if you meet even some students, you can learn. So always you have to be in the mood of learning. You have to activate your machine that your antenna is always receiving information. So yeah, Mr. Fazlur Rahman, you can never ever get the finishing line of your learning journey.
Thank you very much, teacher. Yes, there are two more questions. By the I have shared it through my YouTube live as well. The questions came from there. There is one person is asking, may I know, teacher Yasi, which pronunciation do you like to follow, or do you follow?
Well, my pronunciation is actually close to British people. We follow the British accent. And as I said earlier, you don't need to go for accent, but you need to develop your own accent, which is really clear, comprehensible, understandable. It's really super easy. And yeah, you can make people understand. But you shouldn't be opted for your own accent, like MTI affected accent. Like you cannot say like the people of Old Dhaka, Sarke Shar. Shar, how are you, Shar? That's really not good. I mean, Shar is a different thing. So either you can go for CNN accent or BBC accent, but not the Indian accent or Bangladeshi accent, because you cannot earn more to be a language teacher. Uh, that most of the students, they like to pay. Believe it or not, I earn a lot, truly speaking. I earn a lot by selling my pronunciation programs, my courses, okay? And students love my teaching methods. So I must say which accent you should follow or which pronunciation pattern you should follow. That must be clear and better than the common people. Mr. Rahat Ali speaks, I mean, uh, close to British accent, or it's better than millions of teachers of the country, I mean, in Bangladesh. So that's why he's getting a lot of students from other parts of the world. But if my pronunciation would be like this, it is very important to understand the problem. He would not get any student. Or if his pronunciation was Hatarian talking, it is very important to understand. He would not get any student. So the people who are against accent, I must say your earning will be very low. Go for at least neutral accent, close to British speakers, close to American speakers, but don't try to be a native speaker because you're not born there. Yeah, this is my suggestion. Over to you, Mr.
Thank you very much. Thanks, teacher. So there is another question. I think he's from Bangladesh. Kausar Sheikh says, my sir, how can I learn or develop pronunciation? what would be your advice in that case, teacher? Yes.
Well, the way I learned, where I used to listen a lot, is called huge input as listening. So, who should you listen to? There is a big question. Well, you should not listen to, in most of the cases, Bangladeshi teachers. You should not, including me. You should listen to native English speakers because when you take input, try to take authentic input. That's what I did. And you can follow some dictionaries like Cambridge, Oxford, Longman. These dictionaries have got good sound patterns, both US and UK English. So, and another thing I have devised a course called Signature Pronunciation Course. In my website, I've got an app. It's English with Yeasir. There is an app. You go to Google Play Store, you can download the app, and you can enroll that course, English with Yeasir, from that app. Or the website is also there. So you can get that course, and that will help you a lot, I can say. And pronunciation, Rahat bhai, you'll see there are some pronunciation centers in the UK. They charge a lot of money. Bangladeshi students don't know. For this 30 minutes teaching, they'll charge 7,000 taka. And in the country, we give very actually low amount to pay, and the students, they are sometimes reluctant. So the suggestion, if you want to learn good accent or pronunciation, you need to listen to native English speakers. You should watch movie at least one weekly. You should listen to song. You can listen to podcast. You can listen to BBC Australian News. You can watch interviews. You can watch cartoons. Well, this will help you to master good accent and clarity in your speaking.
Thank you very much. As you have mentioned earlier, even if I bring 5 British teachers or American teachers, they'll not be speaking in the same tone,
Yeah.
same depth, because of their presentation style. So, dear VS teacher Yasir has really highlighted lots of information. And if you're interested in joining his courses or classes or his school, he has shared his contact in the comment section. How they can contact you directly or for any advice or suggestion?
I'm always available in my office. This is my sweet place. This is my kingdom. You can come to visit my office. And Mr. Rahat Ali, I'll be really super happy, deeply happy to receive you and to entertain you, to give you a treat if you visit Bangladesh. Just are you joining from UK?
Yes.
Mr. Rahat Ali is from England. So yeah, whenever you visit your country, our motherland, do visit Chisel Bangladesh office. And dear learners, you can visit our office and you'll be with us with Search English, this platform as well. And we are always ready to help you in every possible way.
Okay, and I'd like to request our viewers if you can be shared this broadcast, which I should have said at the beginning, in a timeline would be great, because so that people would might know about Teacher Yasin, about us, Search English, and people who have not seen me. Many people haven't seen me through the Search English. I'm one of the newest management partners of this page, and as I was born in Bangladesh as teacher, as I said, my first degrees are from University of Dhaka, and I completed other degrees from the UK and also from the US, and still I'm a student, I should say, and also I'm a university lecturer as well. I teach part-time English teaching for most of the cases adult students globally. And you'll be surprised, teacher Yasir, most of my students are from Asian countries, and like India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and those join. And I should say 60% and other 40% are from European, even African, even South American countries.
Yeah,
And
and they like your classes, I mean, more than they do like the classes of native speakers.
that's right. Thank you very much. Yeah, I used to teach for an American platform where I had 238,000 followers, and I had the highest number of students. And I should say you know, I'm not that much involved in teaching like you, 20 years. I should say I have been involved in this profession around 5 or 6 years. This out of interest and passion because I used to teach freely some Vietnamese, Thai, and other students. And after that, it came to my mind to do something commercially as well as, part-time basis so that I can help others. And also, dear viewers, I'll be suggesting you to contact teacher Yasir, Tehsil, Bangladesh. And also, if he has got Facebook page, contact through him. And if you need any help and support, he will be there for you guys. Okay. Remember, a good teacher is like great blessings from God, Allah subhanahu wa
Definitely,
ta'ala.
definitely. I got
Yeah.
very good teachers in my life. Professor Hamid Rahman, Mr. Arthur from the University of Oxford. And yeah, great teachers are like candles. They enlighten you and they give you light, and you'll be happy to get them, to be coached by them. It's really nice time I spent with you, Mr. Athali, and thank you for joining from UK. And may Allah bless you. And definitely, dear learners, visit me and well, be in touch, and we can grow our motherland together. So it was really nice time. We can sign up maybe now. And thank you for inviting me, dear brother Rathali. So yeah,
Okay. It's really my pleasure to get you. I know you're a quite busy person. And thank you very much, dear viewers. So let me see if there are any questions before we end up this broadcast. Uh, let me see because I've shared in YouTube Live. Okay, someone is praising you. They know you. Some of the students are saying, "Oh, we know teacher Yasir. He's an amazing teacher." Yes, indeed, an amazing person as well, and a good
thank you.
teacher. That's why I've invited him. By the way, dear viewers, from our this Search English platform, we will be inviting native, local, and international teachers from different countries. I've contacted many teachers from the UK, US, and Canada. They'll be coming possibly every month, once or twice. And if teacher Yasir is also available, we'll invite him as well so that we can
Yeah,
have
I'd like
like
to come once more. Yeah, definitely in the
yeah,
future time.
okay. So contact us if you're interested in participation, especially those established teachers. Okay, so that we can promote you, we can promote your organization. I believe that if I help someone, that will be really a good deed for me. So that's why I've invited teacher Yasir. And once again, teacher Yasir, thank you very much for being part of this live broadcast.
Thank you. I'm blessed. Thank you, sir.
Before we end up, there is one more question. If
Oh,
you are to advise to our students how they can improve their English language, what would it be? One option you can advise them.
well, this is a very nice, tricky question. I said, well, many students ask this question to the teachers. How can I improve my English? Well, what do you mean by English? You need to know this. By English, you mean you need to understand by listening. You can speak eloquently. You can read and you can write. So, out of these four skills, two are input skills. So if you want to speak well, I mean, if you want to get this output, you need to listen a lot. Listen to English songs, watch movies, watch documentaries. And if you want to write well, you need to read a lot. So this is the only suggestion. Listen a lot, read a lot. You'll be able to speak a lot, you'll be able to write a lot. This is my simple scientific suggestion.
But here is another question, teacher Yasir.
Oh,
So when somebody is speaking or writing, they don't know whether it is the standard level or not, whether they are correct or not. What would be your advice in that case?
they need to go to the teacher like Mr. Anthony because you need a coach.
Like you, yeah.
You need a coach. Without coach, you cannot be perfect. You cannot learn, or you will get stumbled. You will lose your time and money, and you will lose your motivation. So you need great coaches in your life. This is very, very important.
Thank you very much. So, dear viewers, thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
joining us. We're going to finish our broadcast, and
Thank
some
you.
students are saying, "Oh, the
Okay.
teacher, yes, it is
So signing
amazing."
off.
Okay, yes,
Thank
yes.
you.
Thank you very much, guys.
Take care.
And I'll okay. We'll be
Well,
seeing in the
people
future.
from different countries they join from Pakistan, UK, Africa, America, Middle East. So I don't know how to greet you, but in our Muslim way, we say Assalamu alaikum. May Allah bless all of you. Peace be upon all of you.
Thank you very much. And thank you very much, dear viewers. We like to see you when we see you. Yeah. Okay. You take care and bye.
Bye. Take care.
So, dear viewers, that's the end of today's broadcast with teacher Muhammad Yeasir from Bangladesh. Support us, join us. We will be meeting you soon.